Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thursday, Everyday Shenanigans. Thanks for joining me. This is going to be a two-part live pertaining to the said information. Um, but one of my mods is going to join me shortly after I bring you the commentary. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the one waiting. God bless you. As most of you know, I brought you three intertwined stories from the weekend, from Friday of a murder of a young man, Reese King Jr., who was murdered in Harp's convenience store. Then a young lady was found deceased inside of a car in an alley off of Louise Avenue. That was very disturbing. No new information pertaining to her death. That is Kyeshia Mitchell, if I'm pronouncing her name correctly. And also Monday night, Tyanja Duff was brutally murdered inside of a vehicle. And I don't have all the details to that story of who was where, why. It's puzzling to me. My spirit tells me something's off, but you know how that goes. When you don't know everything, it may appear that everything's off. But I'm going to tie in Tyanja's death with the fact that Miss Dalton, Kyeshia Dalton, who shot at the car or shot at her, I don't know if it's deliberate or not, but either way, she's dead. Miss Duff is no longer alive. And Miss Dalton obviously is not in the county jail. She's not at the penal farm is what we call it, but it's a Knox County Detention Center out in the county. Her name is not on the register of inmates. You put her name in a search engine, her name does not come up, and then they give you a list of names, and her name is not either on the list. So it is said from street gossip, possibly not even gossip, is that she is currently out on bond, allegedly a $250,000 bond, which everyone knows you have to pay 10% of that to be freed. So one would ask, how did she get out? Who paid her bond? And why give her a bond in the first place? But see, we understand the court system must make money to keep the courts running. Yeah, we're going to keep it 100. And I'm sure there's some people who are very unhappy at the fact that she is free, considering her family. Now, I'm not a relative of Miss Duff's, but I'm concerned, let's say that. And I don't think Miss Dalton should be free at all. And the fact that the boyfriend allegedly bonded her out, if that is true, don't know if that's true or not, that's even more disturbing, especially if you were the fellow that was there when this altercation went down and you're the reason for the season, allegedly the intended victim, then that's even more disturbing that you bond her out when you're the reason she was fussing and cussing and decided to pull a gun out. Did she bring a gun to this place where they were? I don't know. Did she go get a gun? I don't know. Because like I said, I don't have all the details. But something's off. And I hear that he didn't want to give any information to law enforcement pertaining to the event of Tyanja's death. So one would question that. Why not talk? Oh, let me guess. Snitch rule, street code. We don't talk. Well, somebody's dead. How about that? Somebody's no longer alive. So that street code will be pertaining to you. If indeed you were doing something, accused of something, arrested for something, and you decided you wanted to be quiet and you didn't want to speak, then I could see you using this snitch rule, street code. But this young lady was allegedly in your company, so therefore one will have to wonder why, if indeed you got into her vehicle, because that's what's being alleged, that you were getting in her vehicle. So I'd like to know, why would you not give police information? And now we hear that the young lady has bonded out Miss Dalton. Legend, the allegation you all were fussing and fighting all damn day long. So I don't know how all you all got together, grouped together, sing together at this house location. Yeah, Queen Googled it. It's a house. When you Google the address, it's listed in the article. 1400 Jerome Avenue, Northwest Knoxville. So one could say, what were you doing? I'm live, sweetie. Can I call you back? I'm live. Will you tune in, please? Sorry about that. Okay, just turn it. Well, just turn on my channel. You can just listen. On what, YouTube? Yeah, Everyday Shenanigans. Yes. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, baby. Bye bye. Somebody I was trying to get some information from, but I can't right now. Okay, sorry for the interruption. I don't know how you all came to be at this said location, but it's baffling to me that it's been alleged that you're not cooperating. You didn't want to give police any information. You was telling them to go talk to the other party that was with you all. Now, how messed up is that to be in somebody's car in their vicinity and there's a shooting take place and you're the reason for the season, the reason for Tyandra's death? I'm going to say that. And then you don't have anything you want to say. You don't want to talk about anything. Now, you know, that's not nice. And I'm hoping for your sake, you're not the one that bonded that little cookie out. How's that going to look? Huh? You're arguing with somebody all damn day, and so happen you get in someone's car allegedly. I don't know if you were driving, the passenger, what, in the back seat, I don't know. And this girl decides to start shooting at the car. It just so happened Tyandra is the unfortunate one that gets a bullet. Because you know what I find strange about the story is I didn't hear that any other participants in the car got wounded. You know, hit with glass, anything, or windows were down. I don't know. Were the windows down? Were the windows out? Kind of hot to have the windows down, be sitting in a car. It's really too hot to sit in a car, really too hot to be standing outside. But we know how people like to fraternize. Yeah, I'm saying this because it's strange to me. But that's part of my life, is that she's out on bond. I'm going to get back to her. Let's talk about someone who's related to Tyandra. This is her cousin who's currently missing. And I was asked to bring forth information pertaining to her cousin. His name is Byron Edwards. He's 30 years of age. He went missing a couple of months ago. A news story has been done pertaining to his disappearance. Channel 8 is the source. The Knoxville Police Department has asked for the public's assistance in locating a missing man with various medical conditions. Byron is 30 years of age, 6'1", 205 in weight, eyes brown, hair black. Last known address was on Texas Avenue. Byron Edwards 30 went missing from 2300 block of Riverside Drive around 6:30 p.m. on Sunday, March 20th. Officials said he reportedly walked away from the location and headed in an unknown direction. A KPD spokesperson said that Edwards has various medical conditions and had been without his medicine since he was last seen. His last known address was on Texas Avenue. Those with information are asked to submit a tip through East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers at 865-215-7165 or text tips via the app P3 Tips or online. This is a picture of Mr. Byron. Sorry for the background noise, everybody. They're doing some work here. That's the only picture I have right now. I will try to bring you a flyer. I meant to get it yesterday pertaining to Byron so you can all have the information. Allegedly, he was last seen Riverside Drive. Girlfriend lives off of Riverside Drive, visiting her. Went walking. I don't know who's the person to say he went walking, if it's the girlfriend that gave the information that he went walking. So where is Byron? Who knows where he is? You see, there's always somebody that knows where somebody is. I think we all know that. There's always somebody that knows something. It's just a matter of who is going to be, the one that's going to give the said information to where he can be located. Was he upset? Was he happy? Did he have an altercation with someone? More than one person? Did he just walk to cool off, or was he headed somewhere to go see someone? So what happened? Is he the type to not contact friends, family? I don't think so, or they wouldn't be so concerned to his whereabouts. Obviously, he would keep in contact with his said family. If you have any information, please call authorities to his whereabouts. Show the picture one more time. One second. Byron Edwards, 30 years of age. Allegedly, when he went missing, he was without medicine. He has concerned family members, parents, grandmother, a lot of relatives. He has a very big family, and they are concerned to his whereabouts. So if there's somebody out there that knows where he can be located, please call Crime Stoppers. Kinsley Masters, are you here? 1 second. I think she's off. Hold on 1 second, you guys. My mod is supposed to be on here to join me. We're going to talk about Miss Dalton and this mess of her bonding out pertaining to Tyandra. Tyandra and Mr. Byron Edwards are cousins. Okay? Their mothers are first cousins. Tyandra, who was just killed Monday, and Mr. Edwards, they are cousins. And each one's mother are first cousins, for those who do not know.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm ready. So, as I was telling the audience, Byron is missing. His mother and Tyandra's mother are cousins. Hello?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Are you playing? Are you there?
Yeah, I couldn't hear you, so it cut out, and then all of a sudden.
I said Byron's mom, Tyandra's mother, they are cousins. That's what I'm trying. Okay. What I was saying. He's currently missing without meds. Last seen Riverside Drive, allegedly leaving a girlfriend's home. As for this situation with Miss Dalton, what do you think about that, her bonding out?
You know, it's kind of crazy that someone is murdered and you can walk into jail and walk out within 48 hours and posting a bond after you took someone's entire life and now have destroyed.
Thank you, Terry.
Potentially destroyed everybody that's left behind.
Cherie, what are you talking about? He probably told her where they were. What are you saying? Oh, Cherie, you talking about the guy. Yeah, I mean, there's something off with the story. With that story, there's something very off to me. Like I said, I don't have all the details to allege anything, but it's off to me.
Yeah, that story don't make any sense. I have a feeling that obviously we all know that was a setup of some sort. But why would you not come clean with one man about the other?
Oh, you're talking about the other story. We're not on that one.
Oh yeah.
Because we definitely don't want to get that crump.
Yeah, I mean, I feel absolutely horrible for what that poor girl's family is going through. The fact that, you know, whether she was bonded out or failed out, number one, who did it, and what kind of collateral did they have to come up with? You know, was it the boyfriend?
TZ, I don't think she bonded out the next day. We heard yesterday that she bonded out, which would have been Wednesday. The incident took place Monday evening. So our understanding is that she got out, I guess, yesterday. I'm not really sure. I don't have an exact time or date. I just heard it yesterday, and I talked to a few other people who said they heard the same thing. Her name isn't in the Knox County database at the county jail. So that means she's not hiding in the broom closet. So 9 times out of 10, she's not in there, which means somebody put up a bond for her.
I just went through the whole entire current as of this morning of all the inmates.
Okay.
And she's not listed on
Okay. There. So she's out of jail then. So who bonded her out? So who bonded her out?
I mean, clearly, I don't want to say clearly. Well, you know, possibly the boyfriend or somebody within their family. Whoever's got something to put up for collateral. Because I don't think you can just walk in there with $250,000 unless, you know, he had $250,000 cash.
Yeah.
And handed it to them.
Well, let's talk about this. Let's say allegedly they were arguing all day, he and this girlfriend. I find it strange that she wouldn't call the police if he allegedly was beating on her. That's the information that I got. I don't know if it's true or not. You know, I try not to bring any he said, she said, unless I get some confirmation. But let's just say for the record, they've been arguing that day or at that location where the shooting took place. Why not call the police? If he allegedly took her phone, that's what's being alleged. He stole her phone, took it from her. I don't know, were they wrestling, tussling? He took it, what? Why not just call the police and say, hey, he stole my phone. Hey, he's been beating on me. So see, I don't know all the details to understand how they got to be at that house, all these participants. How many people were actually there? Were they inside a house, outside a house? Did it go from inside to outside to a car? I don't have all the answers. But I want to know, if you were alleging that you were abused to get the second-degree murder charge, then why did you call the police to say he had been hurting you, beating you? How did it go from somebody beating you to you shooting at a car? Somebody else's car, mind you. Somebody else's car with somebody else in the car with another somebody else plus him. Is this an issue of somebody being jealous of him being around other females? I don't know, but it's the story's off to me. And I don't want to disrespect the family in any way, but this is off to me.
It's very off.
Sorry.
Especially the fact that she was potentially in her own backseat in her own vehicle. That, to me, is alarming in itself.
Yes.
You know, how did she get back there? What was she doing back there? Was it staged? You know, if this man was really beating on you, just like you said, why didn't you call the police? Is there a previous record with the police that, you know, domestic violence was an issue between the two of them? You know, why her? What was it, a jealousy issue?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
Go to shoot at him and hit her on accident?
Right.
All of that is going to play into this.
See, my fear is that it's already a second-degree murder charge. She's already bonded out. My fear is that she will take a lesser charge once she goes to court. Her attorney will talk to the district attorney, or she'll talk on her own behalf and say, I would like to enter in a plea.
Yeah, she may walk out with, you know,
or she could enter, or she could enter that plea where you don't admit guilt or innocence. Is that an alpha plea?
Yeah, well, yeah, she can do an Alfred plea too, you know, where you know they have that Alfred plea is like where they know that they have enough evidence and
that she shot her.
Yeah, and that you can walk into court and it can go either way. Yes, you can be convicted. No, you can't be convicted. So you're basically saying, yes, I'm going to take the Alfred plea and take it as it is, and you don't do no time. Admitting guilt without admitting guilt in the court system.
And do you think taking an Alfred plea would lead the judge to put her on house arrest or long probation, like 10, 15 years?
Correct. With an Alfred plea, there normally is no jail time. You're walking away with no jail time. But I mean, those are not always used. Those are not always brought to the table. The DA normally, when negotiations start, that's when the DA will come forward and say, hey, look, we have enough to potentially have a jury convict you. But if you get those 12 jurors that say, no, there's not, you know, we may not get it. So how about we do this Alfred plea, you're admitting guilt without admitting guilt on paper, and you do no jail time. That's how that normally works.
That would be the ultimate disrespect to the deceased, her children, her family, and the general public. That one, you already got bonded out, and then you take a lesser plea or Alfred plea, and your ass walks.
It's horrific. This woman has children. She's got parents. She's got siblings. You know, when you just decide that you're gonna shoot at whatever the hell it is you're shooting at, up in the air, directly at somebody, whatever the case may be, you never know what or who you are going to hit and how the hell that's going to affect somebody else's life. The minute you pull the trigger is the minute whatever happens, and you need to be held accountable for it.
Yes, she does. Yeah. And let me tell you, I'm going to tell the audience this, and I think I said this to my mod earlier. Someone said last night, she's really a nice girl. Well, you know, that's been said about a lot of people who committed murder. and heinous crimes. They were nice. They were nice to you. Maybe she was nice to you at that time, but she wasn't nice Monday night when she decided to pull a gun out, no matter who the hell she was trying to shoot. And frankly, this is how I look at it. I wasn't there, so I can't say who she intended to shoot. Because in the end, once you pull out a gun, whether you pointed it at who you thought you were pointing it at versus spraying an area, it doesn't matter. If the person you pointed it at, they don't get shot. And you can't tell me if you were going directly to the person, either standing in front of him, her, behind them, at a car, whatever, if you were intending to shoot at that person, how the hell did you miss? So I'm going to ask her, Miss Dalton, how did you miss your target? Or was he your target? Because allegedly there was another young lady with him. And as I said, the news article did not state that the other female, got hit, hurt, harmed, injured, only Kyeshia. So explain to the queen how she's the only one that is rushed to the hospital injured. Don't you find that strange, KM? She's the only one injured.
Yeah, that's why the whole damn thing don't make no sense.
I didn't hear that nobody else got shot in the arm, leg, neck, face, nothing. Up to this day, and it's days in now, I haven't heard it. Anybody else got wounded. And the article will tell you that. The police should have no problem telling the public, oh, yes, this one got shot in the leg. This one got shot in the arm. This one got grazed. I haven't even heard that somebody else in the car, or if it was in the car, actually, that they even got grazed with a bullet.
You know, that's when we start asking ourselves, what's this a setup? Was the plan all along to harm this other female?
I don't know, and I hate to, and I don't, and I definitely don't want to think that or put that out there. But the point is, you want to be as transparent as possible when bringing forth information. I don't have all the information, and my understanding is that she didn't even drive herself to the hospital. That's what was said in the article, is that Kyeshia drove herself. So I'm going to say this during the live. Her relative told me last night she did not drive herself to UT. Someone drove her. So who was that person that drove her to the hospital?
And see, then you can start asking yourself, did this other person drive her to the hospital and bail? Did they just drop her there? Did they just pull up to the door and take off on foot? Did they walk this poor woman in there? I didn't ask any of the questions. They just said she did. That article got that part wrong. She did not drive herself, as the article states. So who is the person that drove her? Who drove her? Did it happen to be one of the ladies that was in the car when the shooting took place? Or was it that said guy who was with them, who allegedly got in the car? They're alleging that Miss Kyeshia was in the backseat. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I don't know. At this point, I don't know what to believe. And I know when people decided they don't want to talk, such as this male who this shooting is allegedly supposed to be over, you don't know what to believe. Because now everything's going to be relied on the other female that was in the car. Will she be telling the truth pertaining to what exactly happened in the car, or what happened up until the shooting took place? Where did the shooter aim the gun? Did the shooter empty the clip? Did the shooter shoot the entire car up? Did the shooter shoot the driver's side? Did the shooter shoot the passenger side? Did the shooter go to the back of the car and shoot at the back windows, the windshield, back windshield, inside of the windows of the back passenger, driver back passenger, through the windshield in the front of the car? Where exactly did she shoot at the car? Yeah, how many bullets were, how many bullets were expelled from the weapon? No. So I haven't heard any of that. How many bullets were used? Did she empty a clip? I have not heard of anyone else is injured. So that's where I have the problem with this story, is why is it that Kyeshia is the only one deceased? Why nobody else got a bullet to the arm, to the something? I haven't heard. If they have, I haven't heard. That's all I'm saying. Well, the next few weeks is going to be a lot of info is going to start coming out about what they think really happened. Nobody deserves to lose their life. We don't have. We are not the makers of somebody else's destiny. To foolishly essentially fire, stab, choke, however it is you decide to end somebody else's life that's not up to us. And I don't know what the hell is wrong with this world these days. People just,
Well, people are not learning how to cope with their emotions. And like I said, we all are flawed. We make mistakes. We can easily pop off, get angry, grab a bat, knife, gun. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to say, well, I'm going to grab a gun or knife. You have to have the mindset to do so. But the scary part is we're all susceptible to violence if we were to step into that box. But my thing is, if this young lady allegedly graduated from college, what college, I do not know. Why was that not your focus? Bettering yourself, perfecting a job, perfecting some skills to do better in your life. Now I also wonder, did she have children? Because I'm assuming she didn't have any children. I don't know. But I'm just saying, why was your focus not on working and having a better life instead of arguing with some guy who probably wasn't worth a damn dime? And if it's true that he was beating on her and she can show bruises or cuts or whatever, then you've been wasting your time on some guy you just graduated from college. Also, how long has she been dating him? That's another question. How long has she been dating him to end up a punching bag to then shoot at a car that he's in that killed another person?
Her whole life is just
gone. But what's going to be sick is she might just do a couple of years, so she'll have the rest of her life, considering she committed a crime at 21. Even if she got 20 years, she still can salvage her life at 40-something.
Exactly. She will, if she is found guilty, she will walk at some point. Whether it's 1 year, 3 years, 5, 10, whatever. She will walk at some point. She's very young, 21, a college graduate, supposedly. Like, was this man even worth that? What the hell is wrong? You are a baby at 21 and still. What the hell would you want to end somebody's life over and end your life over?
Well, let's talk about this.
X amount of years.
Well, let's talk about this. Allegedly, she shoots at the car and supposed to be shooting at this guy. If it's true that he bonded her out, how crazy is that to be bonded out by the person you were trying to murder? So that means his nose is open. That means his nose is open for somebody that was trying to kill him allegedly. If it's even true that she was trying to shoot him, I don't know. As I said, I wasn't there because I'm not getting ready to go on record to say I know any damn thing about who the hell she was trying to shoot. All I know is my friend's niece is no longer living, and I don't give a damn if she was nice Sunday. She wasn't nice Monday night. She was mad, and I don't have proof that it wasn't intentional. I don't know because I wasn't there. But imagine a guy bonding out the person who was trying to kill them. Make that make sense.
You can't. That makes absolutely zero sense. And let me tell you,
if he bonded her out, let's say if, because who knows? It could have been her mother, family, put up collateral, cash. I don't know.
So let's just potentially say he did bond her out.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what that's going to look like for her butt when she goes on trial? Does she not comprehend?
If there's even a trial, if everything's if right now, if she goes to trial.
Yeah, if she goes to trial, how asinine that's going to look, that this man that you're claiming beat the hell out of you or whatever he did to you or had been doing to you, bonded you out. You can't even make that make sense.
So to me, Tyanja's death was all in vain. What was it for?
Nothing.
Because she had no business pulling out a gun in the first place. And that's what my cousin said. You had to have known what type of chick you had been messing around with, that she was the type to get jiggy. You had to know she carries a gun, because usually people know what type of person they're dealing with at some point.
Yeah, normally those people, they pop off at the mouth very quick.
Mm-hmm.
They're very confrontational most of the time, whether it's towards, men or women. There's normally some sort of sign at some point.
Exactly. Thank you all for joining me. Go ahead.
All we know now is that all these babies, her little babies, regardless of their age, are left with no mom. And her family left to pick up the pieces of a senseless tragedy.
Mm-hmm. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. If you'd like to donate to the channel, The Dream of Everyday Shenanigans, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. All super chats and stickers are welcome during this live. I brought y'all information the other day of Tyanja Duff, 35, passed away. Her car was shot at here in Knoxville, Tennessee, and she succumbed to her injuries. She has a cousin that is currently missing out of Knoxville as well. He's been missing for a couple of months, about 4 months now, and I've shown his picture. His name is Byron Edwards. He's 30 years of age, and he is currently missing. If you have any information to his whereabouts, I need you to call the Crime Stoppers. Hold on one second. He's 30 years of age, 6'1", 205 pounds, eyes brown, hair black. His last known address was off of Texas Avenue. This is off Western Avenue for those who are familiar with Knoxville, Tennessee. And he's allegedly was last seen leaving Riverside Drive, which is across town on the east side of Knoxville, Tennessee, leaving someone's home. And it has been alleged it's a girlfriend's home. I do not have all the details, but this is Byron Edwards. If you've seen him, please call Knoxville Police Department, Crime Stoppers. He is without medicine, 30 years of age, black male, 6'1", currently missing. Someone knows where Byron is. Someone knows where Byron Edwards is. And if you have any information, you know you can remain anonymous. Contact the Knoxville Police Department, Crime Stoppers. I'm going to give you the set information where you can call. One second. He was missing from the 2300 block of Riverside Drive, 6:30 p.m. on Sunday, March 20th. He reportedly walked away from the location and headed in an unknown direction. Who is the person that said this, that he was walking in an unknown direction? Submit your tips through East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers at 865-215-7165. Text tips via the app P3 Tips or online. Once again, Byron Edwards, age 30, 6'1", weight 205, eyes brown, hair black, African-American male, missing from Knoxville, Tennessee. He has family that is very concerned of his welfare. He is without medicine. So if you've seen Byron, please contact Crime Stoppers. Once again, this is his photo. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans. This channel is for the living and the deceased, missing, alive. We talk about various subject matters on this network. Byron is one of those topics for this evening. And as most of you know, Chad Carr, who we've talked about extensively, black male that went missing last year from a halfway house out of Clinton, Tennessee, he is still currently missing. The second part of this live is pertaining to Tyanja Duff. Her murderer, Kyeshia Dalton, 21 years of age, has now been released from the Knox County Detention Center. And obviously she bonded out. Someone bonded her out. Who bonded her out? Where is she? Does she have any remorse for shooting Tyanja Duff? Tyanja has left behind 5 children who have to be taken care of now by said relatives. See, this is what happens to people who don't think. You're not thinking about what you're doing because at that time you're angry, frustrated, disgusted, whatever the hell you're going through, and you pop off. You pop off. You're not thinking about anybody in the car, outside the car, because you're only thinking of yourself. And now you can't go back. You can't bring Tyanja back. You can't explain to her children why their mother is not coming home. You can't explain to her mother and father, who who are beside themselves. The child is dead. She has brothers and sisters. You didn't care. You didn't care. You can't even go to the family now and say, I didn't mean to shoot her. I was trying to shoot him. The same him allegedly that has bonded you out is what they're saying. I don't know if that's true or not. Doesn't matter to me. I don't give a damn who bonded you out. To me, it look even more crazy if indeed the guy you're shooting at is the one that bonded you out. How crazy would that be? So this must be some strong love if indeed this Boo Boo the Clown bonded her out. Yeah, Queen said that. I seen it. How ridiculous it would be to go find a bondsman to bond out your little girlfriend that shot allegedly your friend or associate. Because at this point, I can't say that you were Tyandra's friend because allegedly they're saying you didn't want to talk to the police to give any information. You directed the police to the other female for her to give information pertaining to the death of your friend acquaintance. Isn't it amazing how people can hang with you, laugh and talk with you, crawl in your car, do all types of things, but when the shit pops off, ain't got nothing to do with that. Don't talk to me. Go over there and talk to Pookie, Ray, Shamika. Yeah, I said that. And you all gonna walk around like ain't nothing ever happened. How about that? Because that happens every day too when people bond out. People just walk around like nothing ever happened. Y'all ain't worried about her children crying for their mama. You ain't worried about that little 3-year-old running around, don't really know what's going on. He's never gonna see his mother again. Her children are going to see their mother again. Y'all ain't concerned about that. You're not concerned that somebody's got to now take in 5 kids. Feed and clothe them, nurture them, love them, explain what the hell you were doing with a gun, mad at the world, mad at this fella, whoever the hell he is, nobody to me in my book. So you're not the one that's got to pick up the pieces from what you've done. Somebody has to be responsible for 5 children. Somebody's got to feed them, clothe them, house them. Make sure they got beds to sleep in, a warm environment, cool environment. That they get counseling if need be. Because right now it's a mourning process, but you don't know anything about that. Because you two are bickering and fussing, obviously, over nothing. And I can only imagine what you two could have been arguing about. Do you have any ideas, KM? I don't even want to say it.
You know, what is that important? Did this dude,
somebody in the chat, Sheree says, I hope they charge him.
Yeah, right?
Well, if we find out it's more to it, if we find out it's more to the story, maybe so.
You know, it may come to that. He may be being charged for it, for something or another. You know what? They were probably fighting over him. You know, maybe he was leading them both on.
I don't know. Like I said, I want to tread very light on that subject, but I don't have any inkling. I don't have any information that there was anything going on between Tyandra and that fella. I don't know if anything was going on with the other female and that fella. I have no idea. My understanding is that they all were going to get something to eat. I don't know who knows who, how they knew each other, how they all came to be friends, associates, acquaintances. I don't have any of that information. I just know somebody's now dead. Excuse me. That's all I know.
You know, it could really be just, they really could have been just in a car going to eat. But why would she be in the back seat of her own vehicle?
I don't know.
If that's where she really was.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
We don't know. Maybe one of them were just friends and the other was a girlfriend or an ex or someone that he might have been talking to or had an interest in, you know, and stuff popped off that way. You know, these men nowadays, they're dirty, low-down pigs.
Yeah, they are.
They're going to tell you whatever.
And that's how I feel about this situation is that no matter what was going on between all the people involved, if allegedly you have been arguing with this chick all damn day, I wouldn't even be around other people if I knew her temperament. I wouldn't want to be around anybody else. I wouldn't have taken her around anybody else. And if I saw her coming, I would have removed myself and left. She would have to chase me by car or by foot. So that's why I said you don't really know the circumstances of how they all came to be in the same vicinity of one another. for anybody to have gotten shot. But I would hate to find out that this is over some BS that of the nature of somebody was liking somebody or somebody was talking to somebody. She found out and she came to the scene, or she was suspecting something or was already there suspecting something. That's what I'm hoping it's not. But in the end, it doesn't even really matter what I'm hoping and what actually happened.
It don't matter because she had no business, number one, pulling the trigger on anybody. That woman did not deserve to go the way she did. We are not supposed to justify the death of another human being.
Exactly.
Who are we to go out and decide that we are going to end someone else's life?
TZ has a comment. She says, so old boy ain't saying nothing, speaks volume, IMO, and the bullet wasn't for him, and the dude and the jailbird knows the truth. Well, there is no jailbird because she's not in jail anymore, TZ. She is out. And that's the point I'm making of this live, is that how do we know that it was even intended for him? Because I don't have all the circumstances of who was sitting where, why they were even together, she and these people, and why I haven't heard that any of them were also wounded, if indeed the girl shot in the car. She had to shot in the car because the victim was allegedly in the car, from my understanding.
This woman just totally destroyed an entire family's world. Her children, her parents, her siblings, picking up the aftermath, like you said. It takes an army to raise children without no tragedy.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what it will take to raise 5 children with tragedy? This shit is unfair. It is absolutely horrific. It's unfair. It's not okay. And for her just to go in, get charged, and turn around and walk out. Like it's nothing.
Like it's nothing.
Okay. She bailed out or bonded out legally. Okay. But how does the court system even say that's okay? Hey, we're going to charge you with first degree, second degree, manslaughter, whatever it is you're getting charged with. But if you ain't got no priors that we need to hold you for, or you ain't got a long rap sheet, here's a $250,000 bail or bond, whatever you can make. It's nothing. To me, that's like no regard to human life.
Well, there is no regard. You set a dollar amount. You put a $250,000 tab on the head of Miss Ty, and that's all she was worth, basically.
Exactly. If you look at it that way.
Yeah, and that's how we're looking at it at this point. Her life was only valued at $250,000 with a 10% down payment. Shut up, Quay. A 10% down payment of 25 racks. That's it. Yeah, it is true. That's all her life was worth. $25,000 down payment.
Horrible. People just have zero regard for the shit that they do. Walking around just carrying guns and extra clips loaded. We're going to go into stores. We're going to just do drive-bys. We're just going to do whatever the hell we want on a daily basis and end people's lives all day long. That is what this world has come to.
Exactly.
You can't even go to the damn supermarket anymore. You can't even let your children outside.
It's just unexplainable, because you don't know the hour that you're going to leave here. You could be diabetic, have high blood pressure. That may not be the way you leave here. Complications from heart disease or lupus, or it could be just, you went in the grocery store and somebody decided to come in there and shoot up the damn grocery store. They're mad at somebody behind the counter, or they got a bad salad, whatever. Or somebody likes somebody, you knew about it, you heard about it. Now you want to pop off and shoot that person. You want to shoot the person that the other person is desiring. See, you never know how it can jump off when people are upset about liking somebody, in love with somebody, lusting, obsessed. They sometimes don't shoot the person that has wronged them allegedly. They'll go shoot the other person that they like or who they think something's going on with. So you don't ever know how it's going to go down. But it's just the way it is because you can't control the mindset of others. You just can't control people's mindsets. And it's sad. Downright pathetic, really. But like I said, we're all human. We all have had undesirable thoughts of hurting people, harming people. Most people say, oh, no, I haven't. I doubt that. Most humans have wanted to pop out, hit somebody, beat somebody, shoot somebody, but you didn't do it. You didn't do it because possibly you thought of the consequences. Okay, I'm getting ready to forfeit my life. I won't get a bond, or I won't have enough money to bond out. Now I've got all my belongings left behind. I got children. Who's going to take care of them? Those are things you have to think about when you decide to pop off. Now, obviously, this chick don't have any children, so she didn't have anything to think about. She probably lives with her mama, daddy, cousin, auntie, somebody. But she ain't thought about nothing. And the fact that she allegedly graduated from college, I'd like to know what her degree is in. I'm curious. Miss Dalton, what did you major in school? Because obviously that was a waste of time for you getting a degree. Let's also ask, what type of job does she have? Let's go there. If indeed she lives on her own and has her own apartment. What do you do, honey? Do you work? Do you have a job? And the fact they said you were going to go on the run, your mother was going to help you. That's street gossip. That's interesting. Run where? Go where? Because most people can't go on the run because they don't have what it takes to stay on the run. And I tell people that all the time. You can't just go on the run. People do it all the time. Some stay underground long, some don't. But it takes a lot to just pop up and move somewhere even when you're not on the run. So now imagine being on the run. You got to have an on-the-run mentality. You got to be quiet, lay low, stay off of social media. Got to have somewhere to sleep, somewhere to go. Could you live like that, Miss Dalton, if indeed you were trying to flee before being arrested? Where the hell were you going to go? What the hell were you going to do? But oops, somebody came forward and bonded you out. How nice of them. Well, Tyandra didn't get that luxury of a bond. A redo. See, you were able to get a redo. You stole a life, and somebody came and played Captain Save-A-Ho and bonded you out of jail. So you are now free to walk until trial or until you decide you want to offer a plea and just you and the judge do a private arrangement. Tyandra didn't get that luxury. Her children didn't get that luxury. Her family didn't get that luxury. So you got a do-over, heifer. So to me, it don't matter that you were mad at homeboy. Because if you was mad at him, really mad at him, you would have popped him directly. Nobody around. Nobody's an eyewitness. Nothing. Nothing. All that arguing and tussling y'all was doing allegedly. Oh, I would have had him way over here to the side somewhere. And I'd have had him directly without an eyewitness. Not a surveillance camera, doorbell camera, nothing. To see what you were supposed to have done, if it's really abuse, when he was first took a hit to your face, nose, eye, whatever, you should have popped him then. And then you could dial 911 and say, I got a package here for you to pick up. I just got beat up by my boyfriend. I grabbed a gun and I shot him. Could you please send an ambulance? That's how you do that. Hello?
Oh, I'm listening.
I'm done with that.
It's just sad.
So you want me to believe that he was beating her? So listen to this. If the rumor is that he was beating her, right? One, like I said, why didn't you call the police? That's first and foremost. Was he beating her right there on the street, outside, in the house? What? At the car? What? So nobody thought, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. Hey, take your hands off of her. So you don't even know when and where he was beating her at.
You know what? I wouldn't be shocked if she says if we learn that it was previous, and it wasn't even that damn day.
It was that day, exactly. We just hear that they were arguing that day, but was he putting his hands on her that day? Somebody says allegedly she had obvious bruises and cuts, whatever. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I ain't see her, but we got her mug shot. So let's take a look.
Her hair was done nicely. She made sure her hair was done.
No, it was not. Don't you start that mess, that tired looking ass lace front. Don't you start with Queen. I'm so sick of looking at them. I don't know what to do. Them ragged ass lace front wigs. I hope this isn't this girl that played basketball. They got a Kyeshia Dalton here that's from Knoxville that went and played ball at Cleveland State. Are you seeing this girl?
No, but I found something. I didn't see that one when I was looking her up, but I did find it.
Does this look like her right here?
I gotta pull it up. Hold on, let me look. I'm gonna get on my other.
Please tell me this is not her. Because it says here, let me read the information. Freshman 2019 to 20 appeared in 27 games, college debut Wallace State, November 3rd, scoring 3 points, recording a rebound, assist, blah, blah, blah. It's all college stuff. But it's shown here, height 5'8", year freshman, hometown, Knoxville, Tennessee. High school, Fulton High School, position guard. Please tell me this is not the same girl. Because this does look like her to you. I'm going to put her face up here if this is the same girl. I apologize if this is not the same Kyeshia Dalton. But what are the odds of 2 Kyeshia Daltons coming out of Knoxville, Tennessee? Come on with it, Queen. Can y'all see her picture? It's kind of fuzzy. Does that look like her to you? Because she looks thinner here.
She looks thinner there.
Yeah, she looks thinner if that's the same one, but I doubt that there's 2 Kyeshias walking around.
Well, we need to find out what this one that was in custody, what her date of birth is.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
I didn't see it either.
Because remember they said she graduated. Listen, she just graduated. If this person just went into school in 19, 4 years, 9, 10, 23 will be 4 years, 2023. 19, 20, 21, 22.
Well, we have to say, did she go for a bachelor's or did she just get an associate? Associates is only 2 years.
This ain't good. I bet you that's the same girl. It's spelled, the name is spelled the same way. That's her, ain't it?
It's very possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I doubt that it's 2 of them.
The spelling of her name is very, it's different. You know what I mean?
Kyeshia.
No, that's what I'm saying. You don't, I've seen it spelled, oh gosh, I know a Kyeshia and it's not spelled like that.
People spell Kyeshia how they want to spell it.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but to have it spelled like this, normally you don't see a ton of spellings unless it's like.
What I'm saying is this not the same way that it's spelled of the mug shot?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So to have 2 people spelled the exact same way, I'm Googling that right now.
Well, here it is right here. It says here, what happened to Carrie Dalton? That's somebody else. That's mixed up. Let me see. Something is very strange. I'm trying to get a picture of her where she looks like this girl in the mug shop, but you can't tell because these pictures are so far off of her playing basketball. Excuse us while I'm doing my homework. Cherie, what are you talking about? I don't believe her. You don't believe what, Cherie?
I was able to pull that up, but the picture of her won't load on that basketball.
Well, I got all these pictures of her playing basketball, but that you can't tell far off that versus the mug shot.
In 2020.
That's about right. Mm-hmm. Pull up another one, 2020. Well, the best thing to do is just go to Facebook and see if she got anything about basketball posted on her page. Duh.
Well, are you? So the one that says Cleveland State
Yeah,
Cougars, number 24, Kyeshia Dalton. Her name is spelled different than this Kyeshia Dalton. This one is Keyisha, and the one that was arrested is Ke.
Well, you know they can, but you know they can misspell stuff.
Oh yes.
So
yes,
it could be an issue that they misspelled it. I think it's going to be very. I doubt they're different people. Could be, but the fact that they said the person just graduated from college, so you basically got to say two Kyeshia Daltons came from the same town.
Yeah.
And went to college. Let me look at the Facebook page. Because 9 times out of 10, she kept her Facebook page open. Let me see. Oh my God. Stupid. I know her. She probably took down her Facebook page. Now here is one right here. So hers, I see what you're saying. Kyeisha.
Yeah.
Okay. This might be her here. That's why I was saying it's just the same girl. She went to West High School. That other girl that I mentioned, she went to Fulton. Says lives in Knoxville, Tennessee, from Madison, North Carolina. Works at Polo, works at Journeys, Claire's Accessories, their Apostle. That's why I said I couldn't tell if they were the same person or not.
I found one of her teammates on Facebook. I was trying to go through her page because it looks like her page is open to see if there's any, like, She has a brochure from basketball that has that Kyeshia Dalton number 24 listed on it. But I wanted to see if she had any like team photos.
So these are pictures that go back to like 2013 of the Kyesha Dalton that worked at the mall. I don't know if this is her or not. Like, you have to compare the pictures.
I wonder if we Google the Cleveland State Community College basketball team.
Let me see. Let me share this with you. Tell me if this looks like her to you. I can't tell if these pictures are older.
Let me look.
TZ said the names are spelled the same. Yeah, because anybody can make a mistake in spelling the name on the news. They misspell names all the time. But then one says West and one says Fulton. Those are two different high schools. Could be two different ones. That's why I don't want to make a claim that they're the same person. But I'm just thinking, what are the odds? I can't tell.
I'm gonna have to look at
because these old pictures go back to the 15th. The Kyesha, the girl that worked at the malls back then. I don't know. I have no idea because I can't tell.
Yeah, you really can't tell from these.
Because these pictures of this girl, she kind of looks a little bit different. The one that's Kyesha could be another Kyeshia. Could be. See, they got Kyeshia spelled all kind of ways. Kyeasha. Good Lord. Somebody took a Facebook page down.
Oh, she's probably gonna take it all down.
What is the way spelled Kyea? Let me see. Let me put in another one. What was the other way you spelled it? K what?
The way on the mugshot is Kyeshia.
That's the way I had it spelled. The only ones coming up is that one that worked at Air Apostle, West High School. And this is I don't know if this is an older profile or not. See, I can't tell.
It could be a super old one, like when she first decided to get on Facebook, possibly.
Yeah, when she first, yeah. Then two, if that's locked, you can't go in there anyway. It just shows you the oldest information sometimes.
Yeah.
Because you're not a friend at first. Another Kyeshia. Another Kyeshia Dalton. I won't be surprised if they're the same person.
Oh, I wouldn't either.
Mm-hmm. Because who's to say that she started high school in one place and then went to high school in another place?
Finished up somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
People do it all the time.
I know exactly what to do. I'm send it to somebody I know.
I was going to see if she's in the court system yet out there.
Same girl, just when she was younger. TZ says the same girl, just younger. That's what I was thinking. Because the content is, you can see it's a younger person. And actually, she would have filled out since then versus now.
Oh, yeah, because those pictures.
The face would have been, face be fuller.
2014.
Yeah, those are old. That's 8 years ago.
She's a young kid then. Or younger, a younger teen. Mid-age teen, possibly.
Okay.
She's going to be in hiding for a while.
She probably won't be in no hiding.
You don't think so?
For what? You wouldn't hide when you pulled a gun out.
Of course, but that's because, most of these people are cowards that, pull out a gun and just shoot. She decided to do a very adult, criminal, like-minded thing. Now the tables are turned, and now she's locked herself up in this court system, and now she's going to be afraid for her life because she took a life. That's what these people don't realize. Now that these tables are going to be turned, we're going to see how cowardly she really is. She probably won't be out in public very often.
Well, we'll see.
Is your guys' courts out there, do you have separated like Superior Court and like the municipal court?
Yeah, they got a main federal court across the street from the regular court building for federal crimes. Excuse me, y'all. I'm doing a little research while I'm on here. Oh, somebody says, Cynthia Campbell says, it's on Twitter showing mugshot and a video of her playing basketball with her name spelled Kyeisha.
Well, there you go.
Okay. Thank you, Cynthia. So it's the same person. You know what? We should pull up Cleveland news. I bet you they would have something on it. Cleveland, Tennessee.
Do you know, does she live?
She's here, honey. She's here. She's here. She's here. Well, you couldn't live here and be playing for Cleveland State.
No, but I'm wondering if she's from there or she's
Listen, she's from Knoxville, baby. You didn't read the basketball bio?
No, not the basketball bio. No.
So that's what I was looking for. Let me go back. Let me just go into Google News. That makes it easier. So see, each place will do a different story and show things that here they're not showing. You put in Cleveland State basketball player indicted on murder. See. So I always like to get verification. So nobody said I said something that wasn't true. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you so much, sweetie. I don't see nothing. Where's that page that Cindy looked up on? It's about Twitter. So I don't feel like going in Twitter. You gotta log in and do all that stuff. I don't be on there like that. Here, hold on. Let me get off this phone. Let me call you right back. Because I can't Google and do all that. All these apps open at the same time. They won't open up. Cleveland State basketball player arrested for second-degree murder, Knoxville, Tennessee. Not sure. Cleveland, Tennessee local news. All right, everybody, just bear with us. It's not going to the local for some reason. So, somebody said they don't know. Let me ask this. I don't know why these apps won't open. For some reason. I'm gonna go to their basketball page. This thing. Hey, lady, how you doing? I'm gonna go to the Cleveland, Tennessee Police Department. Thank you all for joining me. We're just doing a little research, looking around. I don't see anything. Usually they would put something in here about people who've gone to school or whatever in their town. They don't have nothing. They're going all the way back to June. They don't have anything. Okay, let's see. KM sent me a photo. All right, this is what KM has sent me from the Knox County government site.org. Defendant violator Kyeshia Dalton, it's spelled K-Y-E-I-S-H-A, division felony, charged second degree murder. Hearing type, preliminary hearing, court date 8/8/2022 at 8:30 a.m. Booking status, not in custody. Okay. All right. Let me send this to somebody. All right. Okay. Well, I was trying to figure out if she was the one that's playing, that was the basketball player. That's what I was trying to put together. I think we already know she ain't in custody. I'm trying to figure out if she's the one that is the same girl with the basketball profile.
Well, I think the news definitely has her name spelled wrong because the court documents are of the other spelling.
K-Y-E-I.
Yeah.
Well, it's natural to make a mistake because most Keisha's are spelled K-E-S-H-I-A. Or K-E-S-H-A. I don't know. It just depends on how the mother want to spell it. Anyway, that's the same information. Kyeshia Dalton, who's accused of second-degree murder of Tyanja Duff, 35. She has bonded out of jail. Someone has bonded her out. That's what's taking us so long. We're just verifying if she was played basketball for Cleveland State. I don't know if this is the same Kyeshia Dalton picture that I showed. If it's not the same photo, I apologize. That's what came up in the Google search when we put her name in, and a basketball profile came up from Cleveland State. So we're just trying to put the two together if indeed she's the same person or not. But either way, she's not in custody. How about that? We'll go there. And allegedly she graduated from school. So we were just trying to connect the dots if indeed that older profile of her Facebook profile is her. I'm just trying to understand how you go from graduating from school to this. They make me understand.
She has no regard. She has no regard for the type of people she should be hanging around with.
Yeah, because my thing is, it's just July. If you finished school, you would have finished school. You would have graduated in what, May? April or May. So how do you go from that to crossing the stage with a degree to shooting at some guy, random ass guy who probably don't have a degree, didn't go to school, don't have a trade, probably don't even have a fucking job. So you have to think about all that. How you go from this over here, scholastically excelling well, to coming over here to Knoxville to shooting somebody and now being charged with second degree murder. How you go from this to this in that short window? That's a short window, spring till July.
Yeah, that's one extreme to the other.
Yes, it's very extreme because your focus should be working, applying for a job. So let's go there. Has she even applied for a full-time job? And somebody said they saw her in scrubs. So one would assume she had a job because her mugshot, she had scrubs on apparently.
Well,
Assumedly.
that's the jail scrubs. The
Well,
jails make you have scrubs on now.
Well, so let's go there. So we don't know what she was doing then when she left school. And if she just graduated from school, she probably didn't have a job.
And she was in red, and that tells you that she has a murder charge.
Yeah, because each color depends on the offense of your misdemeanor versus felony. That's what I'm trying to say. You get different colors depending on the misdemeanor versus a felony. So it wasn't actually medical scrubs she was wearing, just the color of the crime. Her offense, excuse me. So murder, I guess they wear red, burgundy, or whatever. Sounds stupid to me. Ash shouldn't be in there wearing any damn color. How about that? Kyeshia should be alive doing whatever the hell she was doing, minding her business, and you should be out here doing whatever the hell you was doing before you decided to pull that gun out. It's ridiculous. It's irritating because these people are losing their lives every day for foolishness. And I tell people that all the time. You don't know the day when trouble is going to find you. You have to choose your friendships, courtships, acquaintances wisely. You can get caught up in something just by going to somebody's house, sitting outside, sitting on their porch, their stoop, their car, in their car. They're in your car. You need to know the people you're hanging with. You need to know what they got going on, who they're talking to, who they're friends with, who they're beefing with. You need to know because this is a small town we live in. You have to be careful what you say about people. Say to people because things get back. You don't know who's related, you know? Just like with all this other junk going on with those other crimes. You can say something to somebody about that and they're like, oh, I know that person and woo-woo. You have to be very careful what you talk about. Because all these people are intertwined some type of way in this town. It's ridiculous to me.
What's going to get back to whoever.
Exactly. Yeah, I heard this. You know, naturally, people are talking about this case, and people are going to be talking about the case of Reese King Jr. being shot in that store, the version of this, that, and the other. A lot of craziness is circulating pertaining to his death. It's just out of control already. All this talking, I have heard nothing about the girl shot in the car. I haven't heard anything about a suspect in her murder. But they're talking about this and this and this. But ain't nobody talking about that girl who shot her. Because somebody shot her. Somebody shot that young lady. Kyeshia Mitchell. L. Mitchell. I have no information to what happened to her, a suspect, any type of information. But this is all disturbing. These young people leaving here, these young people killing each other, women, men, whomever. I call them male, females, you know, gunning people down because they're mad, angry, beefing, gang initiations, whatever the hell your malfunction is. You need to go find you a book and sit in a damn corner and read a book. Because a mind is a terrible thing to waste. And sitting around doing nothing, idle time is a devil's workshop. People who don't have anything to focus on. Now, this young lady allegedly went to school. I don't know what she majored in, but if she actually has a degree in something, 2 or 4 year, that's what her focus should have been, was working. Not beefing with some boy, beefing with somebody else to shoot him, allegedly. And he doesn't get shot. And that's funny, as like I said earlier in this video, don't you find it strange? You don't hear nothing about him being wounded at all. I didn't hear that he got shot in the wrist, leg, arm, nothing. The other female, she didn't get shot.
It almost tells you, you know exactly what she was shooting at and who she was shooting at.
Yeah. And I don't want to have to say that, but something's off that I did not see anything in the article stating any other participants were wounded. So people want to get on these police pages and Facebook pages saying, "Oh, he was the intended victim, and she didn't mean to shoot Kyeshia." Well, it doesn't matter. She got shot and she's dead. Hell, you mean she didn't mean to shoot her? She's dead. So explain it if you weren't there. How she got shot then? Makes no sense. She wasn't the intended victim. Well, you weren't there, sugar. So you don't know who the hell that little heifer was shooting at. And if she realized she shot the wrong person, her ass should have went back and shot the boyfriend. How about that? You want them dead. You obviously want them dead. You pull the gun out. So that don't even make sense to say Kyeshia wasn't the intended victim. Well, then the heifer should have shot who the hell she wanted dead then, huh? But lucky for him, he's alive. And then, too, if the rumor is true that he's the one that bonded her out, you would have to be the biggest fool living to bond out somebody that just tried to kill you. and killed your acquaintance by mistake. Hello, Juanita. How you doing? It's ridiculous. I'm not gonna hold you all any longer because I'm tired of talking about this heifer. If she is hiding, maybe that's what you should do. Maybe what you should do is hide right on up until court next month on the 8th. Because Queen gonna be right here. Bringing the chat to 411 on what happens in court. You make sure you get your little version right of what exactly took place up until you shot Miss Duff, okay? Y'all get y'all little story straight. Because your little boyfriend think he's not going to say anything to the police and give any information. He just better hope his name don't get on a roster alongside yours as an accomplice, since he can't talk. He got mud in his mouth now all of a sudden.
Oh, they're going to cuff him eventually to that as an accomplice. They're going to let him walk. They're going to get him on something. They're going to piece this shit together perfectly.
This is ridiculous. 5 children are without a mother. 5. Count them. 5. 5 children are without a mother. You didn't mean to shoot her. I don't know what the hell you meant to do because I wasn't there. But 5 children are without a mother and father without a daughter, brother and sister are without a sister, and relatives are without a relative. Okay? So, miss me with who was intended and not intended. There's no going back now. Kyeshia Duff is no longer alive. And if you weren't there, you don't know who intended what. Because I wasn't there. And I can't say she was in the way. All I can say is the news articles have yet to say the other 2 or more or whomever was there or in the car, they didn't get hurt. So now you got to logically explain how, if everybody's in a car, 3's in a car, how's it only 1's wounded to later die at the hospital? Explain that to me logically. Explain to me how 2 other parties didn't get grazed, hurt, nothing. If indeed he was intended target. Okay. Once again, Kyeshia's murderer is now free on bond. Miss Kyeshia Dalton, 21 years of age. It is alleged that the boyfriend bonded her out. I do not know if that's true or not, but some heathen bonded her out. They're stupid too. I'm going to say it in this loud. I don't care. They bonded her out. She's free. Free like OJ all day. And 5 children without a mother. And a few months ago, Kyeshia's cousin went missing. His name is Byron Edwards, 30 years of age. I'm going to bring you that set information and I'm checking out of here. Thank you all so much for joining me. If you'd like to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. All super chat stickers are welcome during this live. I can't even get back on this screen. Hold on. Oh, Lordy. No, what's wrong with this thing? I don't even use this machine. I can't even get it to work. This is... Well, I was trying. There it is. It's not making me go. For some reason, it won't open up. I don't know what's going on. Oh, there it is. Okay.
To find a man missing now for more than a week. Byron Edwards was last seen March 20th on Texas Avenue. Police say he has a medical condition and has been without his medicine since his disappearance. Anyone who sees him is urged to call 911 immediately.
Today, Mark.
All right, everybody, that's the sad information. Byron Edwards, 30 years of age. Last seen leaving Riverside Drive back in March. Allegedly
Everpure glossing.
visiting a girlfriend. Excuse me.
Everpure by L'Oreal. So this is an incredible story. A Mississippi teenager being hailed a hero after saving 4 people, including a police officer,
will not
from
stop
drowning
talking.
in the Pascagoula River last weekend. It happened after a car with 3 teenage girls inside drove off the I-10 boat launch, plunging into the water. 16-year-old.
What is machine won't stop talking?
Began to sink. And
I can't even pull it off.
action. One of the survivors talked about this terrifying ordeal.
Sorry about that. I rarely use this iPad, so she and I don't get along very well. It's a waste of money. I don't even use this thing. Once again, Byron Edwards, 30 years of age, missing out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Believed to have been walking on Riverside Drive back in March, into March. He has not been seen or heard from by his family. Do not know where he is. If you have any information, please contact Crime Stoppers. He is the cousin of Kyeshia Duff, 35, who was murdered Monday night in Knoxville, Tennessee. They are related. They are cousins. Okay? Okay. His mother, Mr. Edwards' mother, and Kyeshia's mother are cousins. Their mothers are first cousins. Said information. Well, I don't find her on no jail rosters. Well, we've already proven she's not in jail. Well, we were trying to come up with understanding when we found a Facebook page, if that was her and a younger page as a basketball player. Is that who she is? A former basketball player. We were trying to piece that together because an old profile came up in the Google search and it had a young lady attending Cleveland State at one time, and we couldn't tell if it was her or not because it is stated by many people she just graduated from college. So when that came up in the search, we were trying to put together if indeed that was the same Kyeshia Dalton. I think her name is being spelled in different places. I don't really give a damn how her name is spelled. She's irrelevant to me. I'm just bringing you the said update that she is no longer in custody at the Knox County Detention Facility for second-degree murder. She's out on bond. It is alleged that the bond was $250,000. Naturally, you have to put up 10% in order to bond out. Who bonded her out? I don't have anything on file to verify who is the lucky donor. But all I can say is, why the hell you bond her out? Whoever you are. Mother, father, boyfriend, I don't give a damn. I'm just trying to figure out why the hell would you bond her out. That's all I got to say. All right, Kay, I'm out of here.
Okay, bye, guys.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, everybody, that's my mod, KM. T, what you have to say? Was it worth ruining your chances in life, basketball career? Was it worth you ruining chance to finish college? Was it worth ruining the lives of 5 children and a mom and father family? No, it wasn't. It's never worth it. But that's the whole thing. Does she have remorse for killing Kyeshia Duff? Does she have any remorse for ruining the lives of 5 children, family members, parents? Because she's on easy street. She's shooting at somebody. Who's to say that Kyeshia was the intended victim? And everybody's talking in circles about, oh, it's the guy. But what's going to be crazy if indeed he's the same one who's bonded her out? One can say, well, what the hell he getting $25,000 from? Stay woke. Is he even her age? Because I got a feeling he's not even in the 21 bracket. Stay woke. What were they all doing around each other? Good night, baby. What were they all doing around each other? Whose house was this? What were they doing around each other? Were they all hanging together at first? Is it true that they were arguing back and forth the whole day? How did they all get to be in that vicinity, at that location, for her to even pull a gun out and shoot Kyeshia Duff? That's what I'm concerned about. And was Kyeshia the intended victim? Because something about this story is off to me, because naturally I don't have all the information and I don't want to pass any speculation during this live, but something to me is off. And it may be just because I don't have all the information, but my information box is telling me he did not want to comply with speaking with the police. So that's suspect number 1, suspicion number 1. Why not? You were there. And if indeed you were in the car with the victim, why would you not want to talk to the police? You had to have known the victim or been acquainted with the victim. So what the hell were you doing in her car? To now don't want to talk to the police. If indeed that's true, why not? And did you have any type of entanglement with Miss Duff or the other young lady that was there. Hell, I don't know what was going on. I don't know whose house it was. I don't know if y'all were in the house at first, then walked out to a car. Y'all were sitting in the car originally or sitting outside the car. Y'all decided to go get something to eat or take a drive. What? How was it all set up to where that girl ended up being in the same vicinity to pull a gun out to argue with you? And my thing is, if you've been arguing with her all fucking day, why are you even at this location for her to be there and or come? Was she summoned there? Was she called there? Did somebody call her to tell her you were there with these ladies? What's the truth? Because somebody didn't go home Monday night. Yes, set up. Someone's mentioned that. Asked me, did I think that? I said, I don't know, because I don't have all the information to make that assertion. All I know is I haven't heard that anybody else was wounded or hurt during the shooting. That's what's strange to me. Why is it this person is wounded and nobody else got wounded, shot at, grazed, if indeed the guy was the target? So where was everybody sitting in the car? Who all was in the car? Were there other people watching on the porch, in the window, in the door? Was anybody else outside, across the street, next door? Who all saw the altercation? Who all saw the incident? Who all is going to tell the truth to what happened? That's what's important. And was Miss Duff just an innocent bystander or the intended victim? Thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you for following the dream, the content. God bless all of you. Prayers to the Duff Patterson family. God's got this. We're going to pray for Miss Teresa, the mother of Tyandra Duff, and the father, Mr. Greg. We're praying for you both, that God will aid you in your time of need right now, because you are currently in mourning, and we are praying for you right now and the family. And that justice will also be served in the death of Miss Ty. Thank you all so much. Prayers for the children. If I get any information that there is a GoFundMe page, because naturally Miss Teresa and the father of Tyandra will need help, getting the children transitioned into care. I will bring you that said information. Thank you all so very much for following me. God bless all of you. Thank you for my mods on deck. Thank you, Cherie, and all of you in the chat. Cindy, everybody, Joe, everybody. Thank you, Lady Lolo. Thank you all so much for following the content. You all have a wonderful evening. I'm going to go do me. Real still. You all have a wonderful weekend. If I don't jump back on tomorrow, have a wonderful weekend. Oh, and prayers for Miss Ivana Trump. I meant to mention that and put a community post up for Miss Ivana Trump. Most of you know she passed away. She had a fall and she has passed away. And I do believe they've had her services. So prayers for the Trump family, children. This terrible, terrible incident that has happened with Miss Trump. It's a very terrible incident. And once again, this was a 2-part live pertaining to the female who has murdered Miss Duff. Kyeshia Dalton, 21, is now out of jail on bond. Don't know who bonded her out, but when I get the information, I'll bring it back to you. And also Byron Edwards, 30, who is Tyandra's cousin. He is currently missing out of Knoxville, Tennessee. If you have any information to his whereabouts or anything, you want to remain anonymous, please call Crime Stoppers so we can get information to his whereabouts. And if indeed there's foul play, please forward that information to the Knoxville Police Department. Thank you all so much. God bless all of you. Say what? The basketball record says she was a freshman in 20. She would have been an AA. Been a what, Cindy? Well, the bond wasn't high. $250,000 isn't high. And I read that information. We just don't know if that's the same girl, because you can't tell because of the mugshot, the way her face looks versus pictures of her just on the court. I can't see to compare the two. As I said, in the end, it doesn't matter. We were just curious if that indeed was the same person. But when I get information that can verify she played ball at Cleveland State, I will bring that said information. Thank you so much. This is Everyday Shenanigans.